The soft hum of the city buzzed outside the window as the office lights cast long shadows over the polished mahogany desk. Two figures sat across from each other, deep in thought, with the remnants of coffee cups scattered between them. Sarah Davenport, in her mid-30s, radiated a calm but focused energy. Her tailored suit and sharp eyes reflected years of strategic thinking and ambition. Across from her sat David Turner, a senior executive nearing 50, his calm presence underscored by decades of corporate experience. Their conversation had started with numbers and reports, but now it had shifted into something deeper. A discussion about career growth and purpose.
You know, David, I've been thinking a lot lately about my career, about where I want to go next. It's like there's this constant push to always be doing more, to always be moving up. But sometimes I wonder, what happens when you get there? Does the climb ever really stop?
It's a question we all face sooner or later. The climb. It's never ending, in a way. There's always something more goals, more challenges. But it's not about reaching the top, Sarah. It's about figuring out what the top means to you.
That's just it. I used to think it was all about getting to the corner office, the title, the prestige. But now I'm not so sure. Does the title really matter? Or is it just a distraction from what really makes a career fulfilling? Question: do you think the titles and promotions are what make a career successful, or is it something else? A. Titles and promotions are necessary markers of success. B. Success is more about personal growth and impact, not the title. C. The two go hand in hand. You need both recognition and fulfillment.
Answer: B. Success is more about personal growth and impact, not the title. Titles come and go, Sarah. They're just labels. What really lasts, what truly defines success, is the legacy you leave behind, the people you've influenced, the work that made a difference. If you focus only on the next title, you'll miss out on the bigger picture. How you've grown, what you've built, and who you've become along the way.
That's true. I've always measured my progress by the next title, but when I look back, what stands out most are the projects I led and the people I mentored. Maybe that's where the real satisfaction comes from, knowing you've made a difference. But it's hard to let go of that old mindset, isn't it?
The office grew quieter as the sun began to set, casting an orange hue over the sleek, modern space. Sarah tapped her fingers lightly on the coffee cup, deep in thought. David leaned back slightly, sensing the weight of the conversation.
Ambition's not a bad thing, Sarah. It's what drives us to improve, to push beyond what's comfortable. But if you're always chasing, you never take a moment to appreciate how far you've come. The key is balance, knowing when to push, but also when to pause and reflect.
Balance. That's something I haven't been very good at. It feels like every time I stop to catch my breath, I am already thinking about what's next. But I don't want to look back in 20 years and realize I missed out on enjoying the journey. Question: Do you think it's possible to stay ambitious and still find balance, or is it one or the other? A. You can't have both. Ambition always comes at a cost. B. It's possible, but it takes discipline and self-awareness. C. Balance isn't real. You just need to focus on what matters most.
Answer. B. It's possible, but it takes discipline and self-awareness. It's a tricky line to walk, but it's doable. You have to be intentional about it, though. You have to know when to push hard and when to step back. Ambition doesn't have to be all-consuming. It can coexist with a life that's rich in other ways, as long as you're willing to make conscious choices about how you spend your time and energy.
That makes sense. I've always thought the harder I worked, the more I would achieve. But maybe that's not the same as feeling fulfilled. If I can find a way to stay driven without sacrificing everything else, maybe I'll be able to enjoy this journey more.
The faint sound of city traffic floated into the room, giving the office an almost peaceful atmosphere. David glanced out the window for a moment, then back at Sarah. His face softened, reflecting a mixture of understanding and a bit of nostalgia.
Easier said than done, though, isn't it? There's this pressure to always be the best, to stay ahead. And in this field, it feels like slowing down is the same as falling behind.
I get it. I've felt that pressure too. But let me tell you something. I've seen plenty of people burn out because they couldn't step off the treadmill. You don't want that. Success is about longevity, about playing the long game. And to do that, you need to pace yourself.
Question: do you think the pressure to always keep moving up is what causes burnout, or is it something deeper? A. Yes, the constant pressure to advance leads to burnout. B. No, burnout comes from losing sight of why you're working in the first place. C. Both. The pressure to advance and the loss of purpose contribute equally.
Answer. B. No. Burnout comes from losing sight of why you're working in the first place. Burnout doesn't come from hard work alone, Sarah. It comes from working hard without a sense of purpose. When you lose touch with why you started in the first place, that's when the exhaustion sets in. You can work long hours and still feel energized if you're connected to something meaningful. But the moment you're just going through the motions for the sake of the next promotion, that's when it gets dangerous.
I think that's what I've been struggling with. I started this journey because I loved the challenge, the thrill of building something from the ground up. But somewhere along the way, it became more about the next step, the next achievement. I don't want to lose that sense of purpose, but sometimes it feels like it's slipping away.
The sky outside had darkened, the city lights twinkling like stars against the night. The office felt quieter now, more intimate, as if the world had faded away, leaving only the conversation between them. Sarah leaned back, her mind turning over David's words.
That's because you're at a crossroads. You're not losing it, Sarah. You're just redefining it. Your purpose is evolving, and that's a good thing. It means you're growing. The challenge now is to reconnect with why you do what you do, and let that guide you forward.
I think you're right. I've been so focused on moving forward that I forgot to look around and appreciate what I've already built. Maybe it's time to take a breath, reset my focus.
Remember, Sarah, success isn't a destination. It's a journey. And the most important part of that journey is making sure you're still enjoying the ride.
Thanks, David. I think I needed to hear that.
As Sarah left the office, stepping into the cool night air, she felt a renewed sense of clarity, ready to continue her journey, not just upward, but forward, with purpose and balance guiding her every step. 5 words related to the theme of career development.
Ambition. The drive to achieve and excel, pushing oneself toward greater goals. Balance. The act of managing work and personal life without sacrificing either.
Purpose. The underlying motivation and reason behind one's career and actions. Burnout. The state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive work or stress.
Growth. The process of personal and professional development that comes from new experiences and challenges.